Peace, this your host, Selah Shalom. And this is a Cosmon Teachings in the words of Jehovah and his angel ambassadors from the Cosmon Bible OAHSPE. And the topic of discussion today is going to be called, What is an Angel and Spirit? In OAHSPE, it explains what an angel and spirit is, cut and dry, with no beating around the bush. Many know angel to mean messenger, which is true, but that is not even the fullness of what an angel really is. If an angel means messenger, malach in the Hebrew, who is sending the message and who is receiving the message? Now, what is a spirit according to OAHSPE? Spirit, synonymous but not correctly with angel. When we say angel, we mean a spirit, but when we say spirit, we may not mean an angel. Why is that? Because the word spirit does not define whether man or animal. So both mortals and animals contain spirits that are capable of surviving after death. But the spirit of an animal cannot become an angel. Only mortals can become angels after death. And this is the difference between the spirit of a mortal and an animal. And yes, you can be influenced by an animal spirit that have died. Likewise, with mortals that have died, they can have an influence on mortals still alive. Every mortal has a spirit, and this spirit survives after death with the same characteristics, behavior, and desires as they did while alive on earth, until they become matured in the spirit world and let go of those earthly desires. Now, what is an angel according to the OAHSPE? Angel, a spirit man or woman, but it is often erroneously used instead of angel. So the term angel and spirit are synonymous with each other. And as is stated, cut and dry, the word angel is a spirit man or woman. Now, Book of Jehovah chapter 4 verse 1, it states, Jehovah said, By virtue of my presence created I the seen and the unseen worlds, and I commanded man to name them. And man called the seen worlds corpor, and the unseen worlds east, or spirit. And the inhabitants of corpor man called corporeans, but the inhabitants of east, being spirit, he calls sometimes Isaians, and sometimes spirits, and sometimes angels. So here the inhabitants of the spirit world are called by a couple names, and angel is among them. Verse 2, Jehovah said, I created the earth and fashioned it and placed it in the firmament, and by my presence brought man forth a living being. A corporeal body gave I him that he might learn corporeal things, and death I made that he may rise in the firmament and inherit my etherian worlds. So here it shows how death is the spirit birth of a mortal, and that after death one can attain to rise in spirit and inherit the emancipated kingdoms, which are the Etherian kingdoms, the Naravinian kingdoms. Now here is a verse where a king asked the prophet, what is an angel? Now, Book of the Ark of Bond, chapter 10, verse 8 and 9, it states, Yokovrena, which is the king, said, Thou art wise, O my son. What is it that thou understandest not? After the king rested a while, he said, Capilia, that's the prophet. Thou hast often said thou hast seen the angels of heaven. Who says thou they are? Verse 9. Capilia said, Persons who once inhabited this earth. Some of them once lived on the stars. So here is the cut and dry answer on what an angel is. A one-time person who once lived on the earth. And that refers to every single human being on the planet, regardless of race, ethnic background. This is the order. So everybody become angels after the physical death. And then it says some on other stars. So here it is even showing that there are other stars with humanoids on them. And the same rules apply to them also. When they die, they become inhabitants of the spirit world in their realm before they are able to transverse the wide universe of the Creator and behold other creation, as we are now slowly going into, in the Cosmon era. So this is just a brief explanation on what a spirit and an angel is. And with that, I'd like to catch you on the next vid called The Title and Ranks of Angels. Who is God, Lord God, and Lord? Shalom.